Good evening, everybody. This is Handwriting Mallikarjun, and on behalf of Right Talks, I welcome all of you. Thank you very much for your joining. This is from National Handwriting Academy, Hyderabad. We are doing Right Talks for over a year now. This is another Right Talks. We welcome all of you for this wonderful Right Talks program. I invite person behind the India Pen Show. I had a proud privilege that I have attended this India Pen Show, the very first one around 2 years ago, and because of Corona, we couldn't do it. They can do it this year. That was a very fantastic show. He's a man behind Fountain Pen, and he breathes Fountain Pen. He is closely associated to Constellation 88, and he knows everything about fountain pens, and he lives for fountain pen, though he's a banker, and he every moment, day in, day out, he is always thinking of the fountain pen. We are so lucky to have you, Mr. Vishal, here. With your permission, I would like to read two lines about you. About Mr. Vishal. Mr. Vishal Singhi, he's in Mumbai. He's a fountain pen connoisseur, founder of a fountain pen lover, birth fountain pen. He's passionate about fountain pens and devotes all his free time to the hobby and community. He organized India's biggest fountain pen expo called the India Pen Show for 2 consecutive years. And for his living, this line I really liked it very much. For his living, he works for a private sector bank in the Treasury Department, and he keeps a passion alive by promoting the art of fountain pens. Many fountain pen lovers, many handwriting enthusiasts, many people, those who are associated to writing instruments, love him. And if you did not know about him so far, you will definitely fall in love with his ideology, with his thoughts. We are so happy to have you here on our Right Talk show, Mr. Vishal. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think I would like to ask you some questions. Accordingly, we can go ahead. Firstly, what is fountain pen to you? How big it is to you in your mind?
You can say, sir, if I have to put them on priority list, probably you can say after food comes fountain pens for me. So,
wow.
So there was a time when people used to, fountain pen community, relatives will tell you, why do you buy fountain pens? What do you get so much in it? But now the time has come when everybody around me knows that I love fountain pens so much that if they have to gift me something, it has to be either fountain pen or an ink. So that is the kind of love that we have as a community build up. And personally also, I'm very passionate. So yeah, it's very important for me. So if there is fountain pen, yes, like how people who love sports or people who love football could stay awake all night to watch the matches. Yeah. Yes, if I know there is some fountain pen which I have to bid in an auction, I'll do the same.
That's fantastic. What are the best brands you according to you?
So now that is a very tricky question. I would rather like to answer what qualifies as a best fountain pen.
Okay.
Yeah. So see, the brands wise, there are many brands. Okay. Now to everybody, a different brand appeals for some or the other reason. But I would like to term it this way, that what forms the best part of a fountain pen, or what is the best fountain pen. So I personally believe that in this hobby, the journey is more important than the collection. So how you go about acquiring the fountain pen, reading about it, getting one, right, inking it for the first time, that is a much more joy than the hobby itself. So any fountain pen that has some story attached while you make the purchase is the best fountain pen. But if you're asking me this question from a general, public preview, that if I want to buy or I want to start, what is the best fountain pen for me? Then yes, for lower range, you can pick up a Camlin Trinity, a Canwrite Desire, a Click Aristocrat. You want to go slightly higher down the line, you can always pick up a Lamy Safari. You can't go wrong there. And then if you go higher, there are many brands that keep coming. Like there is many more, like Faber-Castell Loom, which is very popular. So beyond 4,000, 5,000, there's endless list that I can tell you. But yes, for starters, they can definitely pick up a Camlin to start with.
Okay. So it's a beautiful coincidence, and I'm so happy that I have started my life with a Camlin pen. It was a green
I
color
started mine too
Camlin
with a
pen I
Camlin.
had. Wow, fantastic, fantastic. It's a huge coincidence around decades ago. And another thing is, now I'm in love with the Lamy Pelican, the kind of tripod
I am sorry,
grasp
sir, but
they
I'm
have,
not able to
the
see your
tripod
video.
kind
Don't
of
know if it.
shape,
Yeah.
triangle. Yeah, triangle shaped, when you hold it, the
Great.
triangle part of that particular portion, I really like in Pelican and Lamy now. Which pen do you use most of the times today, nowadays?
Sir, most of the times, one of my everyday carry is a Lamy
Hmm.
2000. That is one of
Wow.
my most widely used pen. And on the
Okay.
higher side, if I go, I prefer a Mobla 146. So
Okay.
these
Okay.
two are usually there as my everyday carry. But I love to rotate.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I am not a person who wants a higher ink capacity. I love, usually, I fill my pens only half so that I can keep
Okay.
changing them, keep revolving inks. So I prefer filling my fountain pens only half.
Okay. Okay. And when did it happen? Like, when did you come to know that you were in love with the fountain pen, or when did your family members or your close people came to know that you are totally in love with the fountain pens?
So when you're young and you don't have so much money, the wish list is quite big. Okay, so you always tend to have much more wish list than what your pocket allows. So there was a time way back. I used to love fountain pens way back in school, and it was compulsory. So that all was there in the mind and heart. But as you grow, get into
Hmm.
the corporate world, in the banking sector, you forget about fountain pens. Slowly, way back in
Hmm.
2006, 2007, I saw a fountain pen used by my colleague at workplace,
Okay.
and that is where I thought
Yeah.
I should get back to fountain pen. So there was a fountain pen gifted long ago by my father. So that was lying with me somewhere. So I just figured,
Okay.
I found that it was called Schaeffer Prelude. So that was the pen
Oh.
which started, me back into this hobby. And once you start writing with fountain pens, sir, there is no going back. So let me just give you an analogy, if you don't mind, sir. Uh,
Yeah. Please.
there's a different kind of joy with fountain pens. There's a different kind of feeling with fountain pens. It's like when your
Hmm.
mom makes you the best food or the favorite food,
Hmm.
you try and eat it like slowly with taste. Now that is the joy with fountain pens. So when you write with fountain pens, you are so much in love that you try and enjoy that writing experience. So once you get into the fountain pens, it's very difficult to get out of it.
Yes. Yes. That's fantastic. That's so beautiful, perfect, apt answer. And around 2-3 decades ago, it so happened that many ballpoint pen companies have come into existence and they've emerged like anything. And before that, I remember majority of the people, many of people used to write with the fountain pens. Somehow, slowly, fountain pens, lost its grace, or I don't know. People did not carry fountain pens. They stopped, or maybe they reduced carrying fountain pens. What was the reason?
Right. So I have my own rationale for that. Okay, maybe true, may
Hmm.
not be true, but I feel that we as humans, we need some change. We are
Hmm.
very fond of something new. So suddenly, when you get something very user friendly and something new, you try to jump on it. So this fountain pen story stopped and ball pen started was a revolution in the industry that point of time, and it
Oh,
was viewed upon as something new which is very cheap, very easy to use. So it pulled away the important criteria of writing with fountain pen. So people started giving more
oh,
focus to the user friendliness, and that is where
yeah.
we lacked. To some extent, I would also put some blame to the fountain pen industry that point of time, because they didn't develop or modify themselves as quickly as they should have. So at
Okay.
this point of times, when ball pens came in, most of our fountain pens were eyedroppers. So they used to
Yeah.
leak, burp, filling was a pain. So when ball pen came, giving you use of user friendliness, cleanliness. If the fountain pen industry would have quickly moved to a converter mechanism, the industry
Mm.
wouldn't have died. Sir, if you remember, once ball pens were started, people started coming out with gel pens, saying that ball
Yes.
pen look alike but feels like fountain pen. So now you
Feels
know,
it.
feels like
Yeah.
fountain pen is everybody understand that the joy of fountain pen is much more than a ballpoint. So they
Yes.
try to give
Yes.
you that feel of fountain pen by
Yeah.
introducing a roller ball or a gel pen. So that
Yes.
probably could have been instead of fountain pen picking up in last 10 years, it could have picked up in last 30 years. So that is
Yes.
probably the say cycle of a fountain pen. But right now I think it is coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back. But yeah, as you said very truly, there are many people I come across, they did not even know that there is something called a converter, there is something called a cartridge. They're still in the dream that, the eyedroppers are there, I'll have to take a ink filler and I'll have to fill it. It leaks and all these things. Still, people, that
Correct.
that gap is there. And people like you are really, really working very hard to get the olden days back. And
Thank you
what
so
do you
much, sir.
think
Thank you so
we
much, sir.
all
Thank you.
uh, what do you think we all can do together to get that legacy back?
Sir, we need to just pass on some facts together. Okay, if you don't
Okay,
mind, I'll read out some studies that took
please.
place. Okay, there are
Yes.
many studies. Actually, we don't know much about it. If we start educating kids or
Hmm.
parents that what are the benefits of using a fountain pen or what is the benefit of writing with hand over a keyboard,
Mm.
there is a lot of studies which many of us are not aware. Let me just tell you some of the researches that has been taken, Ken. So there is this Mr. Karim James. He's a psychology
Mm.
professor at Indiana University in the US. So he conducted a MRI scan on many
Mm.
students and asked them to write something or type something. So when the students wrote with hand, so the number of neural activity or pathways got activated were three times
Oh,
more than when you typed.
okay.
So the
Oh,
brain activity influence is three times more when you write than when you type.
mm.
So we don't know, but there is a study which is already conducted. So when students start using fountain pens to write, the brain activity is much higher. The use of brain is much higher, increasing their motor skills
Okay.
to a very large extent. So there was another
Okay.
study in University of St. Louis in Washington. This is not very old. This is
Mm.
2012. So they did
Oh,
a study on memory retention, and they asked one batch of students to type and one batch of students to write. The one who typed, the memory span was from 24 hours to around 60 hours. But those who wrote, the memory span went up to like from 8 days to 30 days. So these are
okay.
actual studies conducted. So if we can educate the world, those who don't or don't know that there is actual so much brain development activity for kids, this can help a lot.
Yeah.
Creativity improves a lot. So there are lot many studies. I can sir send you a list later on. At least I know 20 researches globally done scientifically
Okay.
to prove that why writing is more beneficial than typing.
That's fantastic. We'll have to do a lot of propaganda on these researchers, and we'll have to motivate also. Anyhow, you have thrown a
Right,
lot
sir.
many, good lines about our topic. Actually, let's come back to the main topic. This is
Sure,
what
sir.
is a QWERTY keyboard, and with high regards to the technology, we all are using technology. And today, you, me, we are connected, and many people are joined. It's also because of the technology. So
Absolutely.
we'll never put the technology down, but at the same time, as you mentioned, even Stanford University also said that very clearly. Instead of typing, if you can write something, your neurons would get stimulated, and it helps you for your memory, concentration, all these things. And
Right,
let's
right.
talk on the
Absolutely.
topic further.
Yes, sir.
How can we justify? How can you justify that? QWERTY keyboard or a fountain pen when you compare both of them, whether it's fountain pen or regular pen, and when you write. So how can our fountain pen be given more value, or how is it mightier than a QWERTY keyboard with a few more lights, please?
Okay, I'll give you a few points. Okay, I'll give you a few points. This is one of my favorite examples, sir. Uh, when you go to nowadays, technology has improved so much that there are something called as 7D shows. It's not just 2D and 3D. There are 7D.
Yeah.
So you watch a movie on the theater, you're sitting in the chair, you get fragrances, you get wind blowing to you, and you get all that effect real time. Now that is technology. You get the thrill for the moment. Now if you ask yourself, would you like to sit in the theater for 3 hours, or would you like to sit at a mountain on a bench for 20 minutes? You will know that no matter how realistic the feeling can get, the experience varies drastically. So when you write with a fountain pen, the experience, the neural network that works for you is totally different level. So if it's a stress busting activity, a QWERTY keyboard cannot do it. Your handwriting, your writing with it can do it. People use handwriting to describe their moods. There are many people who do graphology to sort out issues. So there are many things that can be done by writing but cannot be done by a QWERTY keyboard. Yes, QWERTY keyboard is very good. You want to go fast, you can speed up your work 10 times. Brilliant. So there was one more study which reminds me, when you write stories and you write on a QWERTY keyboard and you say, no, this is the wrong line, you backspace. You erase that line and you start again. But when you handwrite and you say, no, this is not the right line, and you strike it out, every striking out is actually a picture that captures in your head. And your mind tries to subconsciously build on it. Okay, this is not the right thing. So over time, your brain gets sharper, or subconsciously tells you what is correct, what is not, and how to be creative. That's something you may not be able to get from the QWERTY keyboard. So the creative side cannot be handled by the keyboard as much as a writing can. No doubt, keyboard may our lives right now. I cannot work in my bank without a keyboard. I would not want to keep my accounts on pen and paper so that I get washed away by water. But yes, given that aside, the psychological feeling, the experience, the brain development is definitely more on the by handwriting or by writing than by just using the QWERTY keyboard.
Okay. And why is that some fountain pens are more expensive than the most expensive mobile phones, most expensive gadgets? What makes it more expensive?
That is I would like to call it as a human behavior. Okay, as suppose there are somebody who love neckties, so they start wearing a neckties, they start collecting it, and then a certain point comes, they start paying very high amount for neckties. There are some who collect watches. So after a particular price point, the utility is done with. After that, the collector phase of the user comes into account. The look and feel, the joy or the holding part comes into the account. So given a certain scope, yes, a normal gold nib pen, because gold nib offers you little soft, springy nib, it helps you enjoy it little more. But yes, up to 15,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, you can reach a very high level of risk or reward ratio, or reward by making a payment. It's achieved almost 80-85%. Beyond those prices are basically collector's item. If I make a pen with diamond studded, it's diamond price and not the pen's price. If I make a pen with a very high artist painting on it, then it's the artwork that costs more and not the pen. If I make a pen in limited edition, then the scarcity makes the price go higher and not the pen. So that is the law of people. Every brand understands human behavior. So you make somebody loves, let's say somebody loves aeroplanes. Somebody loves soccer players. Somebody is big fan of Manchester United. If I put their logo on the pen, yeah, people find some kind of association. Now, all those things are extra add-on on the pen, which makes the pen expensive. But otherwise, yes,
Okay.
you can start enjoying the pen at flat, a Parker Beta or a Vector at 100 rupees, or a Camlin Trinity at 100 rupees, and go up the experience ladder up to 15,000-20,000 rupees. It should be good enough for your hobby. But as a
Yeah.
collector, as a hoarder, as a see, people collect thumbs up or what do you say, bottle caps, soft drink bottle
Yeah.
caps. Now,
Yeah.
those are zero in utility. It's only collector value.
Hmm.
So they also
Okay.
go high in price because it becomes a collector quotient to it. Otherwise,
Okay.
yes, good fountain pen from 100 to 20,000 rupees covers everything under the sun.
Yeah. 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 That's beautiful. Very, very intelligent.
Thank you, sir.
See, for a fountain pen, just like a car,
Yeah,
engine is important and fuel is important and outer body,
correct.
the beauty, look, everything is important. Like that, there's so many important, very, very important things for a fountain pen. And coming to the nib part, for me, nib is something,
That's the
which
heart. Yeah,
is
that's the
on
heart
high
of the
level.
pen.
Yeah, hard. And what is nib to you and how many kinds of nibs? And, can you throw some lights on nibs?
Right. Sir, what happens is 50% of the people who get into this hobby, they just stop or get out immediately because they don't get the right kind of nib. Now, there are people who have different writing styles. Some write with real light hand, some write with pressure. Some write fast, some write slow. Some write slant,
Mm.
and some write vertical. Some are comfortable with cursive and some are more comfortable with block letters. Now, when you have so
Mm-hmm.
many different writing styles, some are left-handers. So, if you have
Mm.
so many different writing styles, one nib cannot fit you. So, it is very, very important that a newbie or newcomer tries a few fountain pens before choosing which one to go, or takes an opinion from somebody who understands as to which nib should I go. Otherwise, you may just end up spending money on something which you will not like just because not the pen is faulty, but just because you picked up a wrong nib. So all those who want to know what nib I should pick, suppose if your handwriting is very good and very beautiful and you write really small, you can go for fine nibs. But if you write
Yeah.
fast and fat and ugly handwriting, you can't write with a fine nib. You'll have to go for a medium or a broad nib. If you put pressure and
Mm-hmm.
write, and you take a extra fine or fine nib, you will tear the paper. You need to go for a broad nib so that you don't tear the paper. So that handwriting, that
Mm-hmm.
the style of writing makes it very important to what nibs to choose. But if you still ask me what is the safest thing to choose, yes, the safest nib to choose is either medium to start with. And once you start with medium, you know whether should I go for broad or should I go for a finer. So that is the thing that you should start with. Okay, if you love line variation, what do I mean by line variation is that when you write, you want the line to be thicker and thinner, thicker and thinner, thicker and thinner. So when you put pressure, it should give you thicker line. When you give less pressure, it should give you thinner lines. Then you should go for softer nibs. By softer nibs, I mean don't go for steel nibs. Go for slightly bigger size nib or go for 14 karat gold nibs or 18
Okay.
karat gold nibs, because gold is a soft metal. So it makes it very soft. But for a starter who uses lot of pressure, a 18 karat gold nib is useless for him. He might just end up spoiling the. So nib is very, very critical. I would suggest all that you just visit a local store and see if you can try out, or find or join some fountain pen groups and find people who are nearby your vicinity. Try out a couple of pens and then dive into what nib suits you. If you shall go to see the Japanese market,
Mm-hmm.
their literature or font is more of vertical in nature. Our fonts are more on
Yes.
horizontal in nature. They are vertical in nature. Because they are vertical in the Asian side, they prefer extra fine nibs. So if you pick up a brand like Platinum or a Sailor, they will give you choices like extra fine, hard fine, soft fine. So people get really confused as to which to pick up. So people from
Okay.
India should probably start with a medium and then decide whether they want to shift to a fine or abroad, but I will still recommend trying out is the best way to get the, some pen. Or I personally, sir, what do I do is I keep a few pens, low priced, smooth writers to gift to people.
Okay.
So all those who fancy, everybody fancies, sir. When they see a pen with you, they'll fancy a fountain pen. So I prefer gifting them on a condition that if you don't use it for 3 months, you have to give it back. And if you use it for 3 months, then you can keep, you can pay whatever you like. You give it back.
Yeah.
And that is how I am very fortunate that I have probably converted at least 20 to 25 people over span of last year into a fountain pen enthusiast. So that's the right way probably, sir, we should try and promote.
That's fantastic. You're not just a fountain pen lover. You're just spreading and you're helping community. You're giving a lot of ideas about the fountain pens that you're spreading. And, I have seen in our groups, lot many pens, for very less price also. You give an offer, maybe to spread the habit of maintaining fountain pens. And that's really wonderful. Do you have some pens handy now around you? Can you show us and can you tell us what is something special about that particular pen or something?
Okay, I'll just show you a couple of them. I have it with me right now. I have all ranges. I'll just show you one or two. So these are some pens which people can also start with, and I fancy them. Just a second, sir.
Please. So we're going to see some beautiful pens, and this Mr. Vishal has got lovely pens.
And some good ones, utility ones. If you can see, this is Pilot capless. So it doesn't have a cap. It looks very similar to a ball pen. It works like a ball pen, like a click.
Okay.
And the nib comes out.
You get the nib out. Wonderful. It's similar to Lamy Dialogue. Lamy Dialogue, you twist and
Lamy Dialogue is very similar to Lamy Dialogue. Only thing is Lamy Dialogue is good for people with large hands because it is a little fatter, and this is a little thinner. So this is a good pen to carry for people who fear staining their pockets or are not comfortable. There are many people who say that I lose pens. I forget the cap. You forget the cap, you take a cap. You lose a pen. Somebody told me you lose a pen, you buy the most expensive pen you can afford. So if you have a habit of putting the pen somewhere and you forget about it, you buy the most expensive pen you can afford. And if you do that, you will never lose your pens anywhere.
Yeah. Definitely, lot many people along with me must be excited to see some of your pens. If you don't mind, if you have it, please try to pick it up.
Sure, so just give me a minute.
Hope you are at home now, please.
Just a minute.
Somebody is asking for Montblanc pens. I'll also ask him. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Some people are coming out with the beautiful questions, and thanks for joining. And we're going to see some Montblanc pens also. Let me also see his Montblanc collection. So these are wonderful points, the wonderful ideas about fountain pen, and definitely along with the QWERTY keyboard, at least it's also mightier. Fountain pen is nevertheless. So he's in the job of picking up. It must be a tough task for him to choose pens. We can all his home must be filled with a lot of pens. All the wardrobes must be with the fountain pens and with all the expensive ones and special ones and unique ones. Let him take some time to pick up the pens.
Sorry, sir.
We can
continue. Sir, we can continue.
Yeah,
I just called for my pens. Meanwhile, what I have right now, I'll just show it to you. This is an old generation Visconti Wall Street. So it's made up of celluloid. So if you see all old generation Parkers and all,
Mm.
they used to be like
Parker
this. If
also
you
had
see
the
them,
same kind of body in the green and
correct, green, red. So there was a
mm,
time
mm.
when the industry used to use ebonite, and the industry
Okay.
used to use celluloids. So this is the celluloid. The reason was
Mm.
at that point we didn't have acrylics or we didn't have resins. So we had most of the pens were handmade, and if you know that what you call ebonites are softer than metal, softer than acrylic, so they were easy to turn. So people made uh, pens from ebonite. Then later they start
Yeah.
moving to celluloid. So celluloid has now become very risky to use because uh, it is little bit of combustible while making.
Oh.
So
Mm.
earlier they used to made and you can identify celluloid by smelling them. You can find little smell
Okay.
of camphor in it. So if you get a camphor like smell,
Mm.
you'll know this is
Mm.
a celluloid pen. Nowadays it has become
Yeah.
rarer because it is difficult to make. So the prices of these kinds
Yes.
of pen go up.
Mm.
These days
Mm.
people use something like this.
Yes.
This is a Taiwanese brand called Penlux, and it's
Oh.
a piston filler.
Okay.
So these kinds of pen are in trend right now because they give you good looks, better colors,
Yes.
piston, high ink
Mm.
capacity.
Okay.
So yes. So sir, I'll
And
just
Mr. Manoj
meanwhile
was
while I
asking
get
about
my
your Montblanc
pens.
pens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have asked my
You're a
daughters to get
fantastic
it.
movie.
I have
Yeah.
asked them to get it. Just give me. We can continue with it, and
Please.
then when the pens come, I'll show
Yeah.
it to
Yeah.
you.
Please. That's really fantastic, and we're going to have Montblanc pens very soon. And
Yes,
now
sir.
let's talk about some beautiful websites or blogs or people, the places. Do you recommend for us?
Okay. So, sir, there are many blogs. There are many. The best place to read about all fountain pens is a community called
Hmm.
Fountain Pen Network. It's world's largest community. So if you want
Oh.
information about any pen, any filling mechanism, any brand, you will get a lot
Mhm.
of information on that platform. Suppose you are
Okay.
new and you want to ask a question. So many people who are willing to help that
Hmm.
you put the question over there and people will start answering your queries.
Hmm. Hmm.
And above that, if anybody comes to you, I'm sure you will definitely help. Likewise, if anybody
Hmm.
comes to me, I am also very willing to help. So if anybody needs any kind of help to know about pens, about nibs, about filling systems, about where to get them, what is the best place to find. See, everybody cannot afford all kind of pens, but there is a market for
Yes.
used pens also. Like for
Hmm.
example, there's a market for people use and then they want to buy something new. So they sell those pens and
Yeah.
they people buy something new. So there's a used pen market
Hmm.
also. So
Okay.
because there are used pen market, you can
Hmm.
get good pens at lower price also. So if people need help, I'm sure you and I and people like us will be more than willing to help.
Yes. Yes. That's definitely a perfect point. Nowadays, there are many pens like roller balls, gels, and ballpoints, which are also there. How do you differentiate a fountain pen from them?
Okay.
Yeah.
See, the it is very difficult. Okay, it is very difficult
Mm.
to convince somebody that you stop using a fountain pen and you start using a roller ball.
Mm.
The only analogy or only explanation that I can give is suppose you're traveling through mountains in a car,
Mhm.
okay,
Okay.
and you drive at a speed of 80 and you drive at a speed of 40. So your roller
Mm.
ball is speed of 80 and a fountain pen is a speed of 40. Okay, if you want to
Mm.
really enjoy, you can only enjoy the view when you drive slow.
Mm.
You
Yes.
can only enjoy the view when you drive
Mm.
slow. Now, roller balls are made in
Yeah.
such a way that they help you ride
Mhm.
faster. And because they help
Yes.
you ride faster, what
Mhm.
happens is, let me give you another analogy, sir. Uh, how do human beings get creative? The human beings get creative when the brain thinks faster than your writing speed. So when you write with a roller ball, your writing speed is faster than your thinking speed.
Okay.
But when you write with a fountain pen, you think of fountain pen, I have to be careful about it. Let me go slow. Your thinking speed becomes faster than your writing speed. And when your thinking speed becomes faster than your writing speed, that is when the creativity flows. So that is the only two reasons I can probably give for somebody that why a fountain pen over a roller ball.
Yes, yes, that's beautiful. So apart from little apart from our topic, I've attended some of your doodling classes also, and doodling is really fantastic. Once you start doing it, you will never leave it, and you will spend a lot of your time with the doodling. What is a doodle for a new person, for a layman? What is a doodle? Why people have to doodle, and what is doodling?
Okay. So people sometimes confuse doodling with art or doodling with drawing. So doodling and drawing are two different things. Though it is related, but it's not exactly the same. When I draw, I have perspectives, I have proportion, I have logics in place. When I doodle, I am okay, I am allowed to forget all that. I can actually make a sandwich toast with eyes and mouth and nose and legs and hands. Now that becomes a doodle. So when you do doodle, your right brain works. And when your right brain works, you relieve stress. So that is why there are many therapists who suggest that you get into some kind of doodling activity if you are overstressed. If you have lot of meetings, you have lot of work and you're not able to cope up, a little bit of doodling can help, because there is nothing wrong in doodling. You cannot have a wrong face. You make a face, one eye big and one eye small. In drawing, you are wrong. In doodling, you are not. So that is where the doodling helps in relieving stress. Of course, there are some rules. If you follow, you can doodle better. And if you doodle better, you tend to continue better and you continue longer. So, and there are so many free videos available online. And there are so many classes. You don't need to do a long course. A 2-3 day course to any of the doodle classes is good enough for you to make sure that you develop the hobby or develop the habit.
Yes.
Plus, sir, you have so many
We
colors.
will try to.
Now inks. You have inks in multiple. I mean, you go to buy ink or you choose a color for your house. The shade card is almost similar. So with so many colors, it gives you a little more hand to play around with.
True. So we'll try to have a small doodle session, for our part, for the south part. Many people are not aware of this doodling now. We'll try to
do that
hold
someday.
a small workshop.
Sure, sir. I keep doing that fun activity. So if somebody who doesn't know at all, we will do it someday for 40 minutes. And it'll help. It'll definitely help.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that. Hope you got some pens to you.
Yeah, I have some pens. I'll just change the focus of my camera to show it to you.
Yeah, please. Wow. It's a treasure. So, I'll have to give a background music to that.
So all those who asked for Mont Blanc pens, these are all Mont Blanc pens. Yeah. Writer's edition. So that Mont Blanc made for different writers. For example, this one is in honor of Carlo Collodi, who wrote the Pinocchio.
Okay. Oh.
So you see the Pinocchio is there. This is in honor of Sir Jonathan Swift. Yeah, this is in honor of Sir Jonathan Swift.
Okay.
So there are many of these, the famous writers like Mark Twain, Agatha Christie.
Okay.
So these were some writers' edition. There are some special edition made also, like for the musician Miles Davis. So these are some of my collection for them. There was a pen dedicated to John Lennon.
Okay.
So this is the pen of John Lennon. You see the guitar clip,
Yes.
and there's a caricature of John Lennon on the body,
Mm-hmm.
and the nib
Yes.
has a peace symbol, which John Lennon propagated or became quite
Oh,
famous.
okay. Beautiful.
So yeah, I have been fortunate enough to be able to collect pens at the right time, probably.
Yes.
I have some vintages also. These are another set of. I'm only showing you the Montblancs that I have.
Yeah.
So this is the Boheme, which actually has a retractable nib at the bottom. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
rotate from the bottom for nib to come out.
Yes. Beautiful. Mont Blanc.
Yeah. So there was a time during World War
Mm-hmm.
that this is a German company. They couldn't make pens in Germany because all funds and everything were diverted towards the war. So
Okay.
there were other parts of Europe where Mont Blanc was made for a few years. So this is one of those pen
I see.
which was not made in
Mm-hmm.
Germany.
Okay.
This is again some rare Mont Blancs made during that point of time.
Okay.
There is a
Where do
lot.
you collect these pens from?
So this is accumulated over years. This is
Must be they're all
in
not
honor of
available. They must not be available in India, I believe. Must be imported.
some
Few
of them are
pens.
important, some of them you get it in India. This was made
Okay.
recently in order of Rudyard Kipling,
Mm-hmm.
the one
Okay.
who wrote Jungle Book.
Okay. Lovely, lovely.
So
Beautiful.
that is
We all
the
are excited.
nib for
Very
that. Then
beautiful.
there is William Shakespeare.
Great.
So different, yeah. So I can sir go on and on, but
That's something special about Mont Blanc people. They honor people, they honor writers, and they honor greatest people of the world. And on behalf of them, after them, they make some pens.
right, sir. That is true. But also, I like to add that this after a certain point of time, the collector's
Mm-hmm.
edition. This is the only collector's edition. It gives you that pleasure of being a collector. But if you
Mm.
honestly ask me, I probably use them only once a year. So the writing pleasure you can't get from like real expensive pens because you tend to be extra careful.
Mm-hmm.
So some of my
Yes.
most regularly used pens are
Mm-hmm.
not limited editions. So
Okay.
it's the plus and the minus too. So somewhere you get happiness of being a collector and getting different kinds of pens, but at the same time
Mm-hmm.
the usage of these pens is comparatively lesser. So
Okay.
it's a balanced activity.
So, something amazing, like lot many things, I have come across with, for the first time in my life today. I'm really very, very thankful to you for your information. It was lovely talking to you. And
Thank you,
if at
sir.
all you have some more lines on our topic, main topic, like the pen is mightier, definitely mightier
Uh,
than QWERTY keyboard, or definitely it's not something low when you compare it to QWERTY keyboard. If you have some more
Correct.
lines to throw it, we'll try to add few lines and wind up.
Sir, I feel that every individual is a personality. Okay, it has something that distinguishes himself from everybody else,
Mm.
and so is your handwriting. So when you write, you actually define yourself. You all actually personify yourself. You build a character over time. You develop you grow. But
Mm.
when you are on a QWERTY keyboard, you cannot do all of these. So
Yes.
it takes you back to something that you are, which a
Yes.
QWERTY keyboard may not. And
Mm.
all the more
Yes.
I like to joke. I like to joke saying that
Mm-hmm.
I can carry 5 pens in my pocket. I can't carry 5
Mm.
keyboards.
Okay.
So yeah. And
Yeah.
believe me, sir, somewhere no, I feel that the joy that you share by
Mm-hmm.
sending somebody a handwritten note is a
Mm-hmm.
thousand times more than you send them a email. I write all
Mm-hmm.
my children's school application, leave notes, everything handwritten. I
Okay.
write all my society, municipality, all letters handwritten.
Okay.
So all
Mm-hmm.
application, when you do that kind of an activity, it creates a different kind of feeling. It definitely
True.
creates.
True.
In my bank,
Yeah.
I just realized a few years ago, sir, I work for a
Mm-hmm.
bank. So there are many sales people also who work with me. And
Mm-hmm.
since they started using and borrowing pens from me, I mean, I gifted to them, they say that it becomes a icebreaker for us. When we go to meet some
Yes.
clients, they say, I write
Mm-hmm.
something with a fountain pen, they start talking about it. It becomes like a conversation
Yes.
starter. So it has
Mm-hmm.
helped a few salespeople to actually, have as an icebreaker situation. So I didn't know about
Yes.
this until few years that okay, fountain pens can also give you that. Plus colors, sir.
Yes.
Colors
Yes.
definitely add life
Mm-hmm.
after a certain point of time. I also believe, sir, you see ladies around. They have so many things to
Mm-hmm.
dress up. They have so many jewelry to take care. This is our jewelry.
Yeah.
This is our jewelry. To
Yes.
some extent, it gives us also.
Beautiful.
Okay. But then I realized I used to go with this belief. But then I later realized that there are so many
Mm-hmm.
ladies who are equally
Mm-hmm.
fascinated about pens. And then I
Yes.
see so many brands that make pens which are pink color, red color, violet color, plum color. All this
Mm-hmm.
color only comes in nail polish or lipsticks. That means there is a huge,
Okay.
huge, huge love that is given by ladies to the fountain pen
Mm-hmm.
community also. So this is something
Yeah.
that I'm sure both the genders enjoy equally.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yes.
definitely makes it something really different from a QWERTY keyboard.
Yes. Yes. True. And coming to the inks, if it is not about inks, it's not complete, and we'll definitely fail in our duties if we don't talk about that.
Correct.
And coming to the ink, there are future-proof inks, and there are waterproof inks and regular inks. I was using like Camlin, Chalpark, Brill kind of inks. I was using, and later on I was using some inks by Parker, like Quink. Now we all use the like Lamy and all these things. What is ink to you? For a beginner, what ink do you suggest, and what are the special inks?
Okay. So let me tell you, somebody who uses only one pen or only few pen
Mm,
and they use it daily,
mm,
okay, then the ink is not much of an issue. Suppose you use Parker
okay.
Quink. Suppose you use a
Mm,
Parker Quink and it's a very dry ink. So if you use a
yes.
Parker Quink and if you don't use the pen for a week, it will start drying
Mm,
out. But if you use it daily, there is no problem. Okay. So now users should choose inks uh, basis whether the inks are dry or wet. Okay. You
mm,
will get lot of research, lot of notes online to tell you which inks are dry
mm,
and which inks are wet. If you're using a broad pen, a broad nib pen, then most inks will suffice. But if you're using a fine or
mm.
extra fine and you use a dry ink, the chances that your pen will dry out is much faster.
Okay.
Now, there are some inks with very high iron content. So if the inks have very high iron content and you use gold plated nibs, the plating on the
Mm,
nibs will wear off over time.
yes.
So the iron rusts out the gold plating. If you leave that iron content ink in the pen for 2 months, it will start
Mm,
corroding your nib. So a
oh,
person who might use it only infrequently or once in a while, probably he should choose a slightly expensive ink, which is low on iron content, and a
mhm.
wet ink, so that he doesn't have
Yeah.
that problem of ink drying up. But for a regular user, most inks are fine. Sir, I remember my grandfather and his all brothers and his fathers and uncle, everybody were principals and headmasters and teachers. So they all used fountain pens all their lives. So they used to
Mm,
get those tablets. So you take water and you put the
Tablets.
tablet in the water, and the inks would
You grind
dissolve
it
and
and you'll
form.
get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll just form inks. So those
Mm.
inks were also good, because that point of time
Mm.
people used to devote a lot of time. My grandfather used to sit every
Mm-hmm.
Sunday cleaning his pens.
Okay.
So if you are
Mm-hmm.
into maintenance, then there is no problem. Any ink used is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, sir, if you drive your car daily, you're
Yeah.
fine. You drive once and
Mm-hmm.
you drive after 3 months, the
Okay.
engine oil gets sticky, the water dries out, all those, the grease
Mm-hmm.
dries out, all those things are there. So that is the
Yeah.
same thing with the fountain pens.
So that's fantastic. And before my last question, Mr. Manoj was still asking, like, once again, to show the Mont Blanc pens, Mont Blanc. I just wanted to see his collection. Lovely, he's appreciating like anything. Thank you, Mr. Manoj. And with your permission, if you can show at least at a glance of your Mont Blanc collection.
I will run you through. I'll just change the focus of the camera once again.
Please. Please. That is for you, Mr. Manoj. Thank you so much. Even I'm excited, super excited to see all these things. So to safeguard, see how nicely he's guarding those pens, the plastic covers. My God, it's an asset for him. It's a huge asset. Wow. 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 Superb. We all are feeling jealous about you, Mr. Vishal. Such a great collection you have. Vintage and expensive
Thank you.
and very, very special, very unique pens. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you,
This is
sir.
the best part of the
Thank you,
show.
sir.
Best part of the show.
Thank you.
It's a great time, and I'll be collecting more and more pens. And I just wanted to ask you lastly, what are
Yes, sir.
your workshops, your events like you're coming out with, and how can everybody reach you, and how free are you, and can you oblige their questions? Yeah, I know
Sure,
you're
sir.
definitely helping the community. Yeah.
Right. Sir, I organized this India Pen Show for 2 years. Right now, after the COVID situation,
Yeah.
we decided not to
Mm.
proceed with it again the third time. But when we did it, we
Mm-hmm.
had some roughly 20 workshop over 2 days, absolutely free for
Yeah.
everybody. Okay, and now also I keep doing on and off on
Mm.
request. If people are interested, I don't mind giving them some kind of workshop flavor that is there. Also,
Okay.
if anybody wants to reach out to me, I am very, very glad to help you with anything that you might like. If you can tell me if it is related to purchase of pen, I can probably guide you from where you should buy what, or what would
Mm-hmm.
be suitable for you. So I
Yeah.
can help you with all of those. I also have a WhatsApp platform where we have a group of people who are into fountain pens. So if they want, they can join the group and probably enjoy what others put. So before buying
Mm-hmm.
something, you can probably take their recommendation. You can ask for size comparison. For example, on photos, you don't realize if the pen is big or
Mm.
small, or is it thin or
Yeah.
fat. So people can take feedback or take suggestion or take inputs before buying. So all of that also can be done. So sir, if anybody wants any assistance or help, I am very open to any of these. They can reach me out or reach you and to me indirectly, whichever
Yeah.
is comfortable.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I don't
Thank
know
you, sir.
how time flew. It's been an hour we are talking from, and it's just passed out more than 50, 60 minutes. Thank you so very much. It was quite wonderful information, and we were very happy to talk to you. Such a great lines you have, lines and lights you have thrown,
Thank you,
and
sir.
looking forward to a lot many things in the future. Thank you so very much. I wish you a very happy weekend. And
Thank you,
on
sir. Thank
behalf
you
of
for having me.
everybody, I thank Mr. Vishal once again. I thank on behalf of Right Talks also. I thank you. Thank you very much once again, Mr. Vishal. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye, sir. Thank you. Bye, everybody.